Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Sylvia and I make videos on planning with the occasional review. Today's video is going to be a soft setup of my 2022 Jibun Techo Days planner. Okay, so I've already taken a couple hits of my inhaler because it's freezing and it's been snowing on and off here all week long. So I'm gonna try not to breathe like a heavy stalker from the 1990s calling you on your landline, but it's probably gonna happen. So let's just let it go. I'm doing like funny stuff, you guys, because I was scarred for life. Not even a couple of weeks ago when the electricity was out for like 3 or 4 hours. It wasn't terrible, but anytime I see kind of like a storm coming on, I'm just like charging everything in the house so that I can still have access to the internet through my phone possibly. And I'm like boiling water and it's funny. It's hilarious, whatever. Okay, so let's get into the planner since that's why you're here, not to hear about my struggles in living in a winter wonderland in Colorado. All right, so I am using the Jibun Techo. This is in the A5 Slim in case I forget to say that later. This is an old cover they don't make anymore and it's made out of canvas. I keep saying Canva, which is a website. Obviously, we all know because I use that, but it's canvas and it's beautiful. It's a navy. It has this very wide pocket that's not sewn, so things kind of fall if you don't, fit it in there nice and perfect, so be aware of that. But normally what I used to put here is like a whole entire notebook, like one of these companion notebooks. They fit nicely nice right here and you can take it out without having to unzip it. So this probably would not fit in here if it was zipped, but like right now it does. It's a cool pocket. Okay, so before it snows and all the electricity goes off and we have no lighting at all, let's get to it. So on the left-hand side, I am pairing this with a Moleskine notebook, and I've talked about how the Jibun Techo A5 Slim is almost exactly identical in the size of the large Moleskine. So these are, I think they're called the journaling notebooks. They come in packs of 3, different colors of cardstock and different layouts. This is square grid. So I had this originally in here because this is the days. It comes with some months, but there's nowhere to plan any weekly. And you can get the idea notebooks, which I do have in here. Like here's one right there. But I was using one for short term and one for long term because this is like a folio situation. Stuck, sorry. And so I actually have a notebook in the front and one in the back, and I was already utilizing those. So I thought, well, if this doesn't work out, because this is my everyday carry and it's a week, so Hobonichi weeks, to pair it with this, then I'm going to need somewhere to put my weeklies. So I have this in here still. I don't really need it, but I don't know. It's like one of those, what are they called? Like a security blanket. I'm like, I have to have it just in case. So it's in here, and I like that the square grid is bigger than the idea notebooks, which is like 4 or less than 4 millimeter, and this is 5 mil. So big handwriting. I like this the best. On the inside here, there's just this weird pen loop situation where it doesn't stick out, and I kind of like it. It took me some time to get used to it. I'm just keeping a friction pen. This is the Nock and a .4 in here. I do have the Jibun Techo zippy pouch, which is upside down because usually it goes on this side, but I liked it over here better, so it's upside down. And I just have the stencils by Jibun Techo in here. And then on to the right is my main planner. Like I mentioned, in case you're not aware, this is a folio situation where you can tuck companion notebooks into the plastic cover for, just additional notes. And so I'm not actually slipping the back cover into here, although you can. I just kind of leave it loosey-goosey so I can take it out. I just like that it all zips up if I wanted to carry it somewhere. And I don't have to put a closure on here. On the inside here in the first section is my short-term notebook, and I just took some more pictures from Canva. I don't know if this will go up before this, but I've been putting pictures in there as well. And they're just some simple, fun pictures. I think I might put a little bit of an index here, but I'm not very good at indexing and I'm not going to fight it. So I put some pictures just in case I didn't do that. There's space for me to put other things, which I like because, again, I want this to grow with me. This year, I made that mistake last year of not doing it, and Not going to repeat that for 2022. I also didn't put vellum here. I thought I would, but I can always add that later. I did go ahead and use those stencils to go ahead and put some numbers down here at the bottom. Hope I'm in frame. And then up here, I colored this with a just a friction highlighter to remind myself that if I didn't want to put numbers, I can also color code the pages. So let's say this was my writing notebook and I had a color for novel ideas and then one for short story ideas. I would give each one of those a color and I could just see at the top which one that was for at a glance. So I think that's kind of cool. Now this is interesting because, let me move this because you're just distracting. Over here on this page, I decided to kind of draw out that time ladder that's on the dailies, just because both of my weekly planners start on the 27th of December because the first day of the year falls within that week. And in case I wanted to start this at the same time, 4 days before the first day of the new year, I wanted to leave some pages to do that. And I, of course, didn't draw out all of that because it's not that serious, but I did draw out some things. And I kind of like the way it looks. I did it in pencil in case, you know, I messed up, because that's something I would do. And I left plenty of space here. I did 11 pages. We're like 8 days away from the new year. So I have plenty of space here and I can always utilize these pages for something else if I don't use them. This is just vellum separating those days from the rest of the notebook. And I think this vellum is from Hobby Lobby. I don't know. I shopped my shelf, you guys, so I couldn't tell you. Then the first thing we have in this section of the notebook is January for a running to-do list, and I left 2 pages just in case I needed that, and I've marked it here with a page flag. Over on this side, I'm thinking about doing a book club for the family, just, you know, a chance for us to come together and eat good food and gossip and have fun and also talk about books. So I was going to put some suggestions here and see who wanted to join, and it's more of a short-term thing, just throwing it together before the new year, and that's why it's in this notebook. And that is everything that I have in here so far. Mostly this is going to be for, like, let's say on this day I have a bunch of notes on here and I needed more space. I can just go ahead and number this page, write the number of the page down below over here so that I know where my notes are in this notebook. And I can also put a volume if that helps. If I go through more throughout the year, which I'm sure I will, I can do that. Yeah, just in case a sticky note isn't enough on top. So that's mostly what I'm going to be using this for if I need to brainstorm more. So that is my short-term notebook. Over here, I have some sticky notes. This one's from Perfectionism Prints. I can't remember where this one's from. I don't know, I might have to look that up. But again, there's no pictures or anything here, so leaving space to grow if I want to do that later. Same for here, I have room for quotes and what have you. Going to be utilizing this throughout the year to use page flags, kind of to write down what projects, and these will probably be like health and household projects, not writing projects, because I have a planner for that. And I kind of want to go through and see where I was last year and where I'm going for the next year. Still have no idea what to do here. I was thinking about how much we spent on groceries or household expenses here, bills or something like that. That might be more helpful to me. I'm leaving all of these open until later, but I did use the cute little tabs that come from Jibun Techo. These are actually for the Biz version, and they fit nicely in here. And I like them a lot. They're enjoyable. They're not, I mean, look how tiny they are. They're so cute. So I have them in here marking some things, like I put books on this list. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that because I actually just bought me an app, a reading journal for my iPad Air, and I'm really excited about that. And my niece has one too, and it just looked really cool. So be looking forward to that video coming soon. So all of those pages are blank still because I don't want to get this started until I actually need those pages, because man, was that a hot mess last year. Same with this. I don't want to put washi tape or anything. I think I'm going to start doing the getting things done method, where David Allen tells you to schedule everything, even like your cleaning. If you want to clean something on a specific day, write that on your monthly to-do list. So I think I'm going to be doing that, which means I need to utilize all of this space. And I think this will start to get filled out a few more days in the future, because we're still, again, 8 days away from the first of the year. Also, there are only 6 months in this half and then 6 months in the other. So you can see that there are 6 months worth of tabs here. And I didn't tab the other one just in case these got on my nerves or I didn't like them. That way Sylvia in the future could make that executive decision later. So the dailies are pretty simple. I think I'm going to be using these for, again, household things. So a lot of times when I really need to deep clean something or I need to work on projects that are not writing, I like to schedule that out here. Pickups of my niece or my nephew, drop-offs of, you know, library books and things like that. Just all those scheduling things I don't really feel like need to, fit on my weekly, I put here. Okay, sorry, I had to take a breath. In the back of this planner, there's only actually 3 days, or 3, I should say, sheets of grid. So not a lot, which is why the fact that this is a folio and you can add notebooks in here is really nice. I have my long-term notebook in the back here. I had this, or I have this, I don't know which video will go up first, in my weeks. I still don't know where this is from. I'll have to figure that out. I don't know why I don't remember. It's like I was compelled to forget or something. Anyway, I numbered the pages down here a little bit. Have my master list, and you can see here my categories. And I put a bunch of sticky notes here. So this is where they live, or they can also live here. Again, leaving space for the future. If I find some fun pictures that I enjoy or that we take in the year, I can put them here. Quick tasks. So this is a list that I usually make in all of my planners to mark down if I have extra time. It's like, this is what you should be doing, dusting, Sylvia, or cleaning something. So I put that next to the cleaning list as well. My wish list, I left 2 pages because I'm a little out of control. These are my favorite online shops: Amazon, Etsy, Jet Pens, and Tokyo Pen Shop. Well, at least for, you know, plannerly things. So I might put another wish list for other things on this side. Freezer meals, that's always a good list to have. Easy meals on this side. That's like food prep stuff. Over here, I just put meals in general, and I thought I'd break them down by like chicken and beef and pork. Sometimes I have really great meals and I forget about them. I'm like, why don't we make that more? And it's because I forget about it. So I thought I would do that. A section here maybe for veggie or plant-based meals. Okay, I had to take another breath. I'm going to breathe through it. We are almost done. Bear with me. Quarterly. So I put the first quarter of the year. I didn't put the other 3 because if this setup doesn't work out, then why make 3 more? You know what I mean? That don't make no sense. So I did it on a 2-page spread so that I can space out. I like to do that because it makes my... Somebody's going by. The snowplow is going by. Sorry, it was loud. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I like to space out things so that my writing looks neater because it is quite large and out of control. So I prefer to have 2 pages. Some people don't need that. So this was my reading list from 2022. I recopied this with a bunch of other stuff into my 2021. And when I was going back and I saw this in my 2022, I just ripped it out because it was pretty easy to do. And I put it in here because I haven't made a dent in this list. I reread a lot of books this year, which was fine. And I read a lot of books with my niece Jade. And that's where a lot of the rereading came in. They were books I thought she would enjoy, and she was finally old enough to read. Also, I wrote a lot this year, and I read less when I write because I'm rereading my own novels a lot. Like, a lot. There's also space, I wrote a note down here, that there's space for me to write more down below. Again, I'm not sure if this is going to be super helpful because I did buy that app, the reading journal, so I might just go ahead and transfer these into that. I don't even know, but they're here and that's okay. And then we're moving on. So this is like my getting things done kind of list. This is for Jade. This is for Jay. We have Netflix and Prime. It's so hard. I don't know why they don't make it better to categorize these things. Like you can have like a, what's it called? Your queue, but why don't they allow you to break it down into like adventure, and you know what I mean? So that if I wanted to watch a romantic, like a rom-com, I could just go there. I know that Netflix has that individually, but I mean like within my queue, if that makes sense. I mean, maybe they have that and I'm just stupid and I don't know, but I wish they had that. So I like to write it here because we spend a lot of time on Netflix being like, what are we going to watch? And we're in our queue and there's like 250 things in there. So this just makes it easier. I don't know. Hulu and then other. So look at my list of other. It's random because like Disney, we ended up getting, I can't remember, for like a whole year because we bought something. And then Apple TV, because we got an Apple TV, we have that free for I don't know how long. And so these are just random other things that I don't want to forget about that we have, even though we're not paying monthly on. We got deals and we should probably use them. And they have some cool stuff. So I thought I would write some things down there. It's more like a, you know, a master list for those things. So I don't have to go to each individual one, if that makes sense. Reading, this is the same thing. It's just like a master list because I have audiobooks that I've bought and I haven't read yet in Audible. And then we have Overdrive, which is through my library. And that is something that like, I don't know. I just, they're all free. And so I forget that there are books already there and I don't have to buy them. You know what I mean? And the same for Kindle. Like I have already bought stuff and it's like, make sure that you go to Audible and see if they have a Kindle version for free before you buy it. So I want to make a list there to save money. Over here, this is book club. So I joined a new book club. Anyway, I thought I would put suggestions here or books that would be easy for everyone to get, so that we can go ahead and make those suggestions. So I'm excited about that. House list, computer. This was a hot mess this year, you guys. I fell off of cleaning my computer. I had to do it all at the end of the year instead of doing it at the end of each month or each week. And it was such a chore. I hated it. I don't want to go through that ever again. So I just want to write some things that I can do simply so every week or every month it's done and not at the whole end of the year because that was stupid. Household bills here, and then we have interweb stuff. So these are things that I like to track. I can usually do this digitally, but sometimes I like to write them down because I forget to look there. Household bills will be changing because we're trying to get rid of a lot of subscriptions. Everyone's like $5.99 or just $10.99 and they're trying to $10.99 me to death, you guys. I'm like, God, we're spending a lot of money. Quitting that in 2022. A list for projects. Again, these are not writing projects. This is a list of 2-minute things. So we've talked about the 2-minute method where you say, oh, I'm only going to do this for 2 minutes, but it's a way to trick your brain into thinking it's only 2 minutes and you end up doing it for half hour or an hour. I just want to write those things down so when I have the time I can do it. And that is everything in here, you guys. Woohoo, I made it. Oh, and I didn't have to take another hit in my inhaler, but I think I might after this. So that is my setup in my Jibun Techo days. I'm very excited about it. Let me know what you guys think about the days below. Have you tried it? Are you going to try it? If you have a YouTube channel and you have the days, let me know down below. That way I can check it out. And I'm very excited to move into this planner in 8 days. So I hope everyone has a safe and happy new year. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that this was helpful. Thanks for watching and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.